fruit, vegetables, cereals, legumes, fish, cheese, meat, poultry, herbs and spices. All these either grew wild and were cultivated in the Holy Land or else were imported. Antonio, andiamo! Andiamo! Se è possibile che trovare qualche cosa da mangiare, qualche cosa.
After receiving the Annunciation, Mary set off to visit her cousin Elizabeth, who lived in Judea.
People traveling in those days from town to town had to pack provisions for several days, food that wouldn't spoil, such as legumes. Broad beans were very common in those days. They were collected fresh and let dry for later use. Because of their shape, broad beans symbolize renewal, regeneration, and of course, resurrection. We put into this pot some beans, oil, in goes the onion first, herbs and spices, rosemary, hyssop, and sage. Salt. Thank you, Antonio, you are a wonderful chef. Some water. Thank you. And there it goes on the fire. Never mind. This dish is made from products that you can take with you on the road. A very basic, good food. If fresh beans are used, cooking would be quicker. Dry beans, however, will take much longer. But in the Terra Santa, my friend, who is in a hurry? Antonio, what do you say? We'll taste the food? We'll taste the food. Ah, delicious. Antonio, say it's delicious. Thank you, my friend.
Mary's cousin Elizabeth had been barren, but now she was carrying the baby who would become John the Baptist. Bringing with her the good tidings of Jesus in her womb, Mary comes to her cousin Elizabeth's home, who is by now 6 months pregnant. This is the Jerusalem suburb of Ein Kerem. On the site where today's Church of the Visitation stands, the summer home of the priest Zacharias and his wife Elizabeth once stood. They were to be the parents of John the Baptist, but until then, they had been childless. Zacharias was visited by the angel Gabriel, who told him that he would have a son who would grow to be a man filled with the Holy Spirit, who would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord.
O local aqui se chama Santuário da Visitação. O significado é o seguinte: Maria, recebendo o anúncio do anjo que havia de ser mãe de Jesus, ela recebeu também o recado de que sua prima Isabel, que estava aqui, estava grávida, já de 6 meses. E ela então se levantou de Nazaré e veio para cá visitar sua prima para ajudá-la nessa preparação para o nascimento do seu filho João Batista. E aqui Maria, ao encontrar-se com Isabel, entoou esse canto que já existia no Antigo Testamento em várias partes, né? Várias mulheres já tinham falado, vários profetas também já disseram alguma coisa sobre isto, mas Maria resumiu tudo no assim chamado Magnificat. É o canto do Magnificat. Aqui então foi entoado esse cântico do Magnificat, que na Igreja Católica se repete diariamente em todos os lugares, em todas as igrejas do mundo.
At the Church of the Visitation, we can still see the remnants of the house and the cave where John the Baptist was born and lived with his elderly parents.